Welcome. Hello, y'all on YouTube. It's Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry for the little delay. I had emergency bio break. Been running around trying to get everything set up. Had some issues getting things started. Ooh, one of those wonderful evenings, right? So anyways, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you guys being here. How is everybody tonight? Looks like we got lots of comments. So let me go say hello. Hey, Just Nate, welcome. Great Dane, welcome. Just Nate, thank you, channel member. Appreciate you. Mind of Milton, channel member, thank you, appreciate you. Welcome this evening. Mr. McBeardson. Oh, that just sounds like a classic name. I like that. Ahoy all. Ahoy back at you. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thank you so much. Tyler Williams, welcome. Appreciate you being on the live stream, Tyler. Thank you, channel member. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. All right. Just Nate, welcome. Well, I already said hello. Oh, wait. Sorry. Reading the wrong one. Get a little discombobulated when you try to start the live stream and you're running a little behind. Sensor226, welcome. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thank you so much. Mind of Milton, I already said hello. Hey, look at that. Rob's Nerdy Knives made a comment. That's me. Michael Upchurch, welcome. Sup, what's up? Or sup, back to yourself. No, I don't know if I'm hip enough to say sup. Probably my sons would tell me I'm too old to do that, so I got to be careful with that. If I do try to sound cool, I ruin it for them. Josh, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you for joining the live stream. Lord Needham, welcome. How are you doing this evening? Appreciate you being here. Level on up. Hey, welcome. Appreciate the channel member. Appreciate you being here. All right. Let's hear Vapin' Grandpa. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Thank you, channel member. All right. Let's see here. Who else do we got? We got a 3-year-old niece over right now. So I'll be a little preoccupied. I understand that. My wife's sister, sometimes her niece is here, and she is very engaging. Requires a lot of your attention. And I'm sure your niece might be the same. I don't know. Maybe not. Listening in, jumping in at times. Hold a fort. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Level on up. We appreciate you being here, though, and listening in. I am doing well, Mr. McBeardson. Thank you. I am. I hope everybody's doing well this Monday. I really do. Just Nate, Dane Milton saying hello to everybody. Cool. Legion Steels, hey, thank you so much for joining today. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you, channel member Legion Steels. Yeah, thank you so much. Matt D, thank you, channel member. Appreciate you being here. Hi, back at you. Let's see here. All right, Mr. McBeardson, Monday wasn't terrible. Thanks, Tyler. Well, that's good, man. That's good to hear. It wasn't terrible. It's always a good thing, right? Gotta say, sup, bro. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but when my son, he's talking to his friends, he's like, yeah, bro. If I do that, man, I ruin it. It's just like my oldest son. I used to say, what I used to say, what's up, dog? I used to say that to him because they would say that, and he's like, stop, Dad. Just stop. So anyways, I don't know if you run into that, if any of you guys have older kids. All right, so who else? All right, everyone say hello. Everyone, hey, Paul Laguerre, welcome. Yo, what's up? Hello, all. Yeah, definitely appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you for joining. Homer Feltus, what's up, everyone? What's up, Homer? Appreciate you being here. Thank you, channel member. Appreciate you being here. All right, so how is everybody doing this fine Monday evening? It was interesting for me getting everything set up. I had a little computer problem. Apparently my battery was dead and I couldn't understand why it wouldn't turn on, and my power cord wasn't in all the way to my laptop. So I had to go around and fix that. So made me get in a little panic mode before we went live, thinking that might have a little issues. So, oh, you like the shirt? This is the McNeese. I like this shirt. I got this one from McNeese. It's one of my few knife shirts that I have. I would love to get another one, but that was one of those shirts. All right, so I was going to show the desktop. See, I haven't even gotten a chance to get ready. I did get some clips here for these knives, and wanted to talk about this. I don't know if anybody saw what they dropped today. Interesting. I have some thoughts and comments on it. The Drift L. Not the Drift LC, by the way. That's interesting. Just twiddling my thumbs. I know the feeling. Just twiddle the thumbs away, right? Just got to twiddle. Waiting for the Lake Chapman Barlow. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Lake Chapman Barlow. I have to take a look at that one. Is that coming in the mail or something? Barlow. Now you got me interested. Okay, yep. Where? Is that a knife? I'm assuming that's a knife. Lord Needham. I really want an LCP like badly, but too much coming up. The LCP. All right, so it's called a Lake Chapman Barlow. All right, so is that the name of the knife? Because it's pulling up like there's a whole area called Lake Chapman. So let me see if I can find that. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Wow. So is this the one you're talking about right here, Lord Needham? Federal holidays. Yeah, today is a federal holiday. I couldn't ship anything out today. Somebody reminded me of that kindly because I was going to go to the post office and that wouldn't have gone well. So I'd have been knocking on the door and no one would have let me in. So, oh, I can't believe they removed the choil on the drift, right? You're talking about the drift L, not the drift LC, right? You know what? I was going to wait, but we'll just go there. Let's go there. So I don't know if you saw, there's a drift L, there's a drift version, and then there's a drift L. This is the large version. It's about the same size. This is different than the LC, the one that I have right here. This is different than this one, okay? That's LC and G10. This is LC200N blade steel, which is, you know, steel resistant. Now, a lot of people have been clamoring for that Vanek Super Clean, right? So the benefit, benefit of this one is this is Vanek Super Clean. So that is pretty cool. Oh, traditional pocket knives. All right, thank you. Get me over there. All right. So this is I assume this is a slip joint. You guys who love your slip joints, this is cool. Yeah, it definitely looks like a big one. I haven't jumped off the cliff yet with the slip joints. Just not my cup of tea. You know, I'm getting close, but just I haven't done it. I haven't found the one I think that that's going to make me jump. I mean, there's a couple that got me really close, but that's interesting. All right, so I don't know anything about Lake Chapman Barlow. How does that compare? Is that like how does that compare to like you know, Jack Wolf knives, and how does it compare to, you know, the QSP, whatever? What do they call that one? The little inexpensive one. You guys tell me. That's not it. All right, so okay, so we got some more people. Hey, Ginger Fisher, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Al Pacito, welcome. Appreciate. Oh, is that Cheeto Benedito? You come up with a different name almost every week, man. That's awesome. All right, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here this evening, Cheeto. Appreciate you. Who did I miss? Did I forget to say hello to someone? I'm sure I did. So busy trying to find that Lake Chapman Barlow there. All right. No, I think I got everybody. Josh, I think I said hello already. If I didn't, Josh, welcome. Dwayne Letterman, hey, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining. Jay Korskaden, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Jay, welcome. Appreciate you being on the live stream. Thanks so much for joining. Awesome you being here. Nuga Knives, hey, what's up? You bought the Spyderco Swayback from White Mountain Knives and used your code, by the way. Hey, that's cool, man. Get 10% off. Awesome. Yeah, RNK10. If you use RNK10, you get 10% off at White Mountain Knives. That's most knives. There's a few exceptions, just a few exceptions. And some of those are just set by the manufacturer, but a lot of them work. Sometimes some of them work that you wouldn't expect to work, and that's kind of a nice surprise. I like that. All right, let's see here. Michael Sawyer, hey. I don't know if I said hello, but if I didn't, hello. I don't remember saying hello, but I should say hello. Thank you, channel member. Who else? Mr. McPherson, I did say hello. Jay, I did. Dwayne, yeah. Let's see here. Make sure I'm catching up. Man, this chat's going fast tonight. I'm trying to keep up. The Devo Lush or Penguin Slip looks really cool. Oh, yeah. So the one on Urban EDC, is that the one you're talking about, Sensor? That's the Chapman. Okay, exactly like JWK. They have the same OEM. Okay, all right. So it's is that Riot, I assume, because from what I understand, that's Riot. And I think he's allowed to say that. I don't know if he's allowed to say it, but it sure seems like Riot to me. I don't know about you guys. Hedgehog Chapman steel is different. Also much bigger. Yeah, I suspect it's much bigger. That looks a pretty fairly robust knife. Yeah, 7.75 inches. That's just about a full-size knife. I mean, you're a quarter-inch shy of a full-size knife as far as I'm concerned. That's pretty big. Chef Rocky, welcome. Appreciate you being here in the live stream. Thank you, channel member. Appreciate you. How are you doing? Sup, suckers. Yeah, that's kind of calls me back to my teenage years there, where hearing that. It's like we're walking into the locker room. What's up? Yeah, the one on Urban. Okay, yeah, that one was pretty cool. I gotta admit, it's very functional, I would say. Try a Micarta Hedgehog. They are cheap and bad. They're bad. I can't say the other word because, I mean, they demonetize over stupid stuff right now, and I don't have a problem saying the word. I want to get the channel demonetized, make it hurt the channel, right? Anything we can do to help the channel, because it allows me to do more stuff, right? And have more giveaways. And by the way, did you all see that we're like 250, just about 250 away from the big 3K? It's starting to, the number of new subscribers is starting to grow, kind of pick up here. I thought it would be 2 months. The way it's going, could be a month. I got to start maybe getting the word out about the big 3K giveaway. I feel like that's got to be a big deal, right? So kind of blew me away to see that. Kind of shocked. And I'm only, 15,000 views away from 1 million views? Wow, that's a lot of views. And that's not like just, someone watching a view, same video 100 times. You get 1 credit for that video if you watch it 100 times. So that's kind of cool. I thank you. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it that you guys are making this happen. So I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you. The Ultim AD20 slicer. I saw that, Vaping Grandpa. I did see that. Ultim is something that I actually just recently got a chance to do an unboxing and a review of a American Blade Works Model 1 in Ultim. The design is not my favorite, but man, American Blade Works, definitely worth something. I think the Model 6 is the one that really appeals to me. So I wasn't sure about American Blade Works, but after getting a chance to try that in a pass around, definitely would be something I would consider. I think the Jack Wolf knife, the one that he just recently dropped that had the Ultim, that was one of those that could get me really close to the edge, right? On a slip joint. I didn't, but you know what? We should probably go take a look. Let's go look at that one. You said it was on Blade HQ? I think I have Blade HQ here, so let's find it. Blade HQ, there we are. By the way, if you're interested, I do have an affiliate link for Blade HQ. Just helps the channel out. Doesn't, if you just click the link and you're buying something from Blade HQ, maybe consider using the link. I would appreciate it. Helps the channel. All right, so let's find that. This is the 80-20.5. There it is. Oh, that's cool. Oh, is that a different blade shape? Hold on a second here. Let me find my knife here. It is. All right, so this is the clip point, and that one is sort of is it a drop point or spear point? I guess it's a drop point. Almost looks like a spear point. That's a different blade shape. And it doesn't have the thumb studs. Did you see that too? No thumb studs. I didn't notice that. That's cool. Look at that. No thumb studs and a drop point. So I know some people, you know, if that was the blade shape was one of your things you didn't like the clip point, maybe you didn't like the sheep's foot or the, you know, whatever. There you go. Or shark's foot, I guess they call it. Crewwear I've used a knife swap a few times, had good luck. If you follow the guidelines, it's pretty solid. Okay. Okay. Anyone? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Crewwear is the only one I want to buy from a post and follow the sales guidelines regarding the FF. Wow, Michael Sawyer, you are talking. Is this like heat treat and steel talk here? Because I feel like I'm talking to Laren Thomas here, you know, with all the little particulates that occur and the crystallization that occurs in the steel. And is that what we're talking about here? Because I read that enough to get an idea. I didn't read enough to study to be ready for a quiz. I feel like I'm unprepared to talk to you. Yeah, the slicer shape in 20 CV, no thumb studs. What? Oh, it's 20 CV. I totally missed that. It's 20 CV. That is pretty cool. But also there was a black version here too. Look at this. So if you'd like, and I think personally, if you're going to do Ultim, I don't know, black on Ultim, for me, that I kind of dig that. That looks really cool. I don't know what y'all think. What do y'all think about the black on the Ultim? Yeah, Michael, sorry. I'm sure, you know, I'm a big fan of Crewwear. I do like Crewwear. I think it's a great, I actually had an Adamas that was in Crewwear and really enjoyed that knife. And it was fantastic, right? Matter of fact, here's my Adamas replacement that I finally got, and that's Magna Cut. Oh, you can see a little tape on there, a little dirty from being used. But by the way, this stropped up after probably about a week of stropping. And I'm going to go with that. It's pretty close to 62. I think it's at least 62 on the because they talked about their goal for their knives. Forget, I have to go back to the Instagram, but I think they were going for something like up to 62. And this was not an easy strop. You know, when I've had Magna Cut, like, so I have a ProTech TR3. That was my anniversary present right here. So this one, and that's Magna Cut. That was one of the first Magna Cuts. I think this is 6061. It's pretty easy to strop. Really, really, really simple to strop. It strops up like, I don't know, 14C28N or Nitro V or 154. Not like Magna Cut 6364. Oh, buying knives on Reddit. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that. There's a way to do that over there. That's pretty cool. Okay, to SBK Lamia, and someone messaged me directly saying that they had one, and I sent them 650 today, but I have a bad feeling it's a scam. Oh, yeah. I hope not. I hope you get it. I do hope you get it. So I don't even know how the Reddit thing works. I've heard people do sales in there, but I don't know how it works. You know, that's one area I haven't done. I've done the Blade forums, and I've done nav sale. By the way, if you click on the link in the description, it helps the channel out. You don't have to buy anything. Just click that link. It helps every time you click the link. It helps the channel with each click. But nav sale is a dangerous place for me. I'm sure as any place is, but a little bit lately. Yeah, I hope you get it, man, because that would be really cool. Just got myself a Quist PE2 in titanium. I didn't like the design at first, but it really grew on me. So yeah, you know, Paul's wondering, is that a little bit like the Spyderco? Because like when I first looked into the Spyderco, I didn't like it. My son really liked it, and he was like, "Oh, you got to check this out." Excuse me, Dad. He thought it was really cool, and so I don't know what led to it, but I think I eventually got one, or I went to a store or something and handled it, and I was like, "It's not bad, not bad at all." I was very pleasantly surprised. So. So WTB, posting in WTB, make sure you check how many swaps they have. So I don't know what WTB it stands for. Is that a abbreviation? Oh, hopefully you paid goods and services. Yeah, yeah. I understand that because when I used to sell on bladeforums.com, a lot of people would pay goods and services because they didn't know me, and I was fine with it. I asked if they would consider friends and family, but they didn't know. It was just kind of a bummer after you had 30 sales and you were 100%. People still would do the goods and services, and I was like, you know, I have a lot of good sales and I've sold a lot of big things. At some point, hopefully you start to trust me. I don't know. And every one of them were good experiences. At least for me, it was. Everybody was happy with what they bought because I tell them exactly what I'm selling. And if there's anything on there, I tell them exactly what to expect. And, you know, if it's got like the little snail trails or if it's got scratch, whatever, I let them know. He had cash out because the PayPal wasn't working. But thanks for the info, guys. Yeah, hopefully it works out. Hopefully they didn't take advantage of you. I really do. I really do. I hope you get the knife. I really do. Yeah, it is. It is. So I don't know if you saw. NAV sale is really dangerous. I was eyeing this thing. I found it in the back of the page. It was there for 2 weeks or over a week. And it got closer and closer to the point where I said I could make the jump. And I did. And let me tell you, I've heard so much about this and everything they said is true. It is amazing. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, the guy who had this, he put the phosphor bronze washers in there, which is really cool. So if you like the Chris Reeve kind of Spartan knives, kind of glide, kind of smooth, kind of feel on a knife, it had it. It was really nice. It was very exceptional. I will tell you that much. But I prefer the cage ceramic ball bearings, so I put those in. And boy, the action on this, very controlled drop shot. Look at that. Look at that. Just really nice. Excellent. Excellent. Not guillotine. I mean, it does go down because it's a big blade, but and this flat grind, man, look this hollow grind, excuse me. It's hollow grind. Oh, I got a little tape on there. This hollow grind is just phenomenal. Look at that. Just really great. Anyways, there you go. That's why it's dangerous. Yeah. Well, hopefully next time, maybe you hopefully get PayPal working or something. Or I don't know, does Venmo do things like PayPal? Do they have protection for like goods and services? I thought they did. I thought there was like in Venmo, they do something similar there too. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. It's a tank. There's no question about that. Well, it is, but the thing was, it fits the hand really like a glove. You'd be surprised how comfortable that is. I mean, I got a lot of room, so if you got big old hands, yeah, definitely. But like this, really solid, really solid. And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if we can zoom on the desktop. You see that texture? That's just so cool. It's really cool. It's on both sides and the clip. Really phenomenal. I think it's just fantastic. Yeah. And when it locks up, it's just solid. You can use the thumb studs too, by the way. Thumb studs work really nicely, and it reverse flicks really nicely as well. For as big as this blade is, it deploys. It pops up. It's not bad at all. Let's just leave it at that. Oh, I bet you guys are. I bet you guys are. It's just a matter of if it's your preference, right? This is definitely out of my wheelhouse for sure, right? I mean, come on. Here's the stitch. This is out of my wheelhouse too. And I don't think I would have considered that had it not been for the stitch, because the stitch is definitely out of my wheelhouse. But after holding this knife, I was like, man, that just fits in your hand really nicely. It's weird how it looks gargantuan, but it works, right? So I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. So you're all talking about the Reddit. All right. So I've heard about it. I knew about it. I've actually have some notes on where to go to it and do it, but I haven't done it. Reddit is not something I'm familiar with. Yeah, and that's M390. By the way, this is heat treated to 62. M390 to 62. So, and the action is beautiful. Now, it had its multi-row bearings. It was like 24 ceramic ball bearings in each of the cage bearings. I put the Skiffs in, and it was 18 bearings in a multi-row bearing. I got to tell you, the Skiffs was a little smoother. It was a little better. You know, I know the other ones looked pretty impressive, but and I had 2 sets. I could have tried one of the other ones, but I went for it. Everybody I've read, they liked the Skiffs in it, so I went for it. Byron Kennedy, hey, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Welcome this evening. All right. Appreciate being on the live stream. I don't think I've said hello to everybody. We had some more people? Yeah, Chad joined. Hey, appreciate you joining this evening. Oliver, am I saying it? Warman? I hope I'm saying it correctly. Woman. So Oliver, welcome. Appreciate you being on the live stream. Thank you so much. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Did I miss anybody else? If I did, I'm sorry. Get caught up in the conversations, and I do want to say hello to everybody. Oh, Ground Fog, welcome. Appreciate you being here. I don't think I said hello, but if I did, I'll say hello again. But if I didn't, there we go. Fit a bit. Hey, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Fit it. Am I saying it right? I know you told me how to say it, and now I'm forgetting. It's Fabit. Oh man, come on. Why is my brain not working on this one? Is it Fit a bit? Oh man, you're gonna have to help me out. For some reason I can't remember. Be for Bear and welcome. Appreciate you being here. So fib it a bit. Is it fib it a bit? Fib it a bit. Is that correct? Am I saying it right? Fib it a bit. I said it just as soon as you posted it. I didn't see it, and then I saw it. And you confirmed it. So thank you guys. Thank you. I don't know. I'm trying to. Some of these guys, I'm trying to break them out when I shouldn't. So B for Baron, appreciate you being here. Fib it a bit. Appreciate you being here. Say that 10 times quickly. That's cool. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw, we were looking at something some of you guys might have just joined. They were talking about the 20CV, CPM 20CV, new 8020s with the drop point and no thumb studs. Because I've heard several people say they didn't want the thumb studs. They really wanted one of these with thumb studs. And I've seen people mod theirs. And I actually have one like this. And I've seen people who actually took the thumb stud out and they extended the thumb hole out so that they would be, a little bit longer. They wanted that. So there you go. Looks like they heard it and they listened and they did it. But that's 20 CV. That's pretty cool. I wonder does it say the Rockwell hardness on that? Because if it's done in Taiwan, it's probably going to be pretty good. The Nexia in titanium with the Dama steel blade. Wow. That's cool. Number 44 out of 110. So Plum, I'm not sure if I'm saying this, Plum's crack? Plumber crack? I don't know. Plumber crack? Is that what it is? Plumber crack? If I'm saying it right, let me know. Plumber crack. Some of these names, you've got to have picked them so that when I say them, I'm going to laugh. Because some of them are kind of cool. I mean, they're catchy. They're different. They're unique, right? So plumber crack or plumber's crack. There we go. Yeah. You got that one. So how does the Nexia work for you? Are you able to use that folder? Because the one I got on the Bead Blasted, it had no traction. But I bet the Dama steel is really polished, and I bet you can get a little bit of traction on that, and I bet it works. I'm kind of curious. If you'd let me know if you can use that folder, because I knew that you know, bead blasted is really cool. It's very smooth and stuff like that. But sometimes if you need to get any traction on there, it's impossible to work on. I mean, it's almost like the Polish custom knives looks bead blasted, but it's not. It's like a combination of bead blasted with stone wash. I don't know what you call it, but it's something crazy. So you can reverse flick. That's really cool. Oh, the D10. Oh, the D10's too strong. See, that's the problem I had. But if you're not into using the fuller and you're okay with it, there you go. And if maybe it's a collection piece that you're not going to carry, there you go. I, however, like to carry everything that I have in my collection, right? So that's just me. Will I do that always? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe 5-10 years from now, I'll be different. But right now, that's what I choose to do. Everything in my collection, I want to carry. You know, now, am I going to go out and chop wood with it? Am I going to go out and break a log with it and hammer it? No. I'll have a 5th pocket knife for that, right? Or if I need to cut something, right? But I want to carry it to enjoy it. That's how I enjoy it. I don't know if you guys do enjoy your knives how you want to, but that's how I do it. So, hey, Broke Ass Knives, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Welcome this evening. The lockup is heaven tough. All right, so you like that. All right, lockup. That's cool. That's cool. That, you know, some people they really like a strong detent. They want it to pop and they want it to lock up and be solid. And that can be what you dig in a knife. And that's great. You know, I think about most of my knives. I like to have that action when it drops, and I like to see that close. For me, that's kind of important. So that's kind of the thing I go for. Not always everybody's cup of tea, and that's A-okay. All right, so I was gonna look at this. So these are all the 20s. These are the 80-20s, and this looks like this is that's not a G10. No. So that is, yeah. Well, it's probably 2080, but it's so you got the Shark's Foot S35 VN. What else we got? Oh, they got the Flytanium scales, but this is not with a big pivot screw. So these are S35 VN. So it looks like you have only 3 variants that are in the 20 CV. You've got the plain G10. This looks like is it G10? Tell me it's not FRN. Please tell me it's not yeah, it's G10. Okay. But that's still cool though. It's got the drop point. So I would say, just for the last thing to talk about the 80-20, this would be the one I'd go for. I'd go for this black on orange Ultim. I know some people could say they like me some P scales. I call it whatever you want. I think it looks cool with the black. Just like I like JG10. I like that with black also. I think it looks really nice like that. Not everybody's cup of tea. Some people hate it. You carry everything but the William Henry my dad gave me. That I can respect, Michael Sawyer. Yeah, I have one Safe Queen. It's my dad's knife that he bought before World War II. It's about 100 years old. It's a fixed blade. It's a set, a large and small blade. So yeah, I hear you. Well, Rocky, yeah, definitely love to your family and everyone out here, man. Definitely. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. You have a Ziphius, definitely a blade of the year in my opinion. So Plumber's Crack, I have an Exciton that I very much enjoy. And I will tell you that I know it's the different shape, but it's pretty much the same as a Ziphius. It's just a different blade shape in some ways, right? It has a lot of the same internals, and I do like it. The Ziphius, I'm not a Wharncliffe fan as much. I mean, I like Wharncliffe, don't get me wrong. I have several Wharncliffe, but if I had a choice, I like this. I guess this is sort of I don't think it was called, I think they called it a Tonto, but it looks more like a Sponto. You know, I guess you can't call it that because, you know, Hinder knives might get all freaky because I think they patented it or tried to or something. But I like this blade shape, but it's very similar. I love how that button lock works on that one. That is pretty phenomenal. I agree with you. The Ziphius and the Exciton, I think, are probably the 2 best button locks out there right now. Now, there are some exceptions, you know, some very high-end button locks, but talking about production manufacturing, right? Mr. McPherson, I believe Original Goat does. Hey, Louie, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining. Nap Sale Official, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you for being the source of a lot of my bad financial decisions. Appreciate you being here. Made another one this week, thanks to you or your site. All right. Nap Sale, ad official, just bought something. Yeah, we have. So I don't know if you know. Here you go. You probably saw this one. I was eyeing this one all week, seeing if it was going to get picked up, because it was actually not. I mean, it was overpriced, but it was actually reasonable. So, and I ended up finally pulling the trigger and did that one. So, do not regret it at all. We'll be selling other things to make up for it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That was on NAF sale. That was on NAF sale. What else did I buy? What was the other one? Oh. This was NAF sale too. These are my, let's see here. Live stream. Both of these. This one, all solo. It's not the DLC. No, it wasn't. But that is definitely the one to get. But it does have like a gray, beautiful finish on there. I think it's really nice. It is a satin finish. It's interesting how they have the stone wash here, and they have a satin finish that way and a satin finish that way. I wonder if that's hand satin, because the lines are really, really very consistent. You know, when you do satin, typically on a machine, you don't get that consistency that you see here. So to me, it sure seems like it could be. I mean, if you know how Custom Knife Works works, it's very likely that was probably hand done. Could be wrong, but it looks like it. Yeah, Paul, what'd you get? Let me know. Oh, that's right. Is it pronounced Kvist? I want to say it in a Danish way. Is it Kvist? PE2 TI nav sale official like 30 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does almost have a two-tone, because this is a little darker than the plain titanium for sure. Do you have a link for it by any chance, Paul? I'm kind of curious. Now I want to go look. I don't think we can pull it once it's sold. We can try. Let's go look. That's the Kvist. PE probably won't show up, but we'll look. No, I think it's gone. Can't pull them up once they sold, right? I'm pretty sure, unless you have the link. Yeah, I had extra scales. That's cool. Bit a bit. You owned a DLC. It is a fingerprint magnet. I mean, I would imagine it is, because I had a Annex, the Microtech Annex, which was really cool, but it was a fingerprint magnet, and it was huge. It was huge. Now, don't get me wrong. This is probably close to that size, but this one feels easier to control and hold than the Annex. The Annex was too much for me. Now, I think the Annex is a great, like if you have big work gloves, you have giant hands, I think the Annex is fantastic. But it was a little too much for me, so. I do, Byron. I like to, last sale I did, I posted some things to see if anybody was interested. I think I sold one or two things, and I got so busy with work that I posted it to see if anybody was interested. And then I posted first to different tiers to give people different first shots. And then I finally posted to all subscribers. And then after that, I took it down. So I did that sold, I think, 1 or 2 of the knives. After I did it, I was about to go to nav sale. I got super busy. And then I had second thoughts on a couple of knives. I ended up keeping them. But this time around, I got to sell some more because we've acquired too many new things. And yeah, I got to sell some things. So got to do that. But yes, I will do that. But I definitely like to post on nav sale. But yeah, I would. If you guys are interested, you can nav sale. Okay, nav official. All right. Let me know. Let me know. Do I need to make you a moderator so you can post it, or can you make it so we can search it? I got to make you a moderator. I'm going to have to switch over here real quick. So let me do that. Oh, let's turn off the volume. Stop. No volume. There we go. Got to get that quiet. All right. So I have the same one, Paul. It's nice. The Pocket Stuff had one of the CPL weeks ago, and I was on the fence about it, and someone got it. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah. Oh, hey, Michael Sawyer, welcome. Appreciate you being on the channel. Thank you so much, channel member. That deserves a salute. We got to salute that. So let's do that. All right. So real quick to Michael Sawyer, thank you for joining, becoming a channel member in your honor. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. You help the channel out. You allow this channel to grow, to do more things. And I'll tell you, every member, anything you guys do, it goes toward the giveaways. It almost pays for all the giveaways, you know, so just so you know, goes right back to the channel, and I appreciate you guys. All right, so that's awesome. Another channel member, really do appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Did you post it in the chat? Okay, in the chat. So let me see, can we find it? All right, I was gonna real quick make you, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna make you, here we go. Here we are. All right, so nav sale, if you want, you can now post your the link if you want into the chat. If you'd like to post it, it's good to go for you. All right, so posted the Kvist link in the chat. So I didn't see it there, so there we go. Yeah, all right, so let's click on it. Let's open that. Let's open that up. Oh man, yeah, you definitely got a few scales, and you can dye this too. You probably know that. I have a few knives I had the intention to dye once projects kicked down. It's like near end of the year, everything picks up for me. It gets super crazy busy. Got the kids in band October, got the football, we got band, we got projects for the year end. All this stuff happens at the same time. And so it's not happening right now. It was, my best chance was at the summer, but I would like to dye a couple of mine. And that's one of those things that I would like to do. I do like the JG10, but it would be cool to dye it too. But that's cool. You got the micarta, then you got the titanium. That's cool. Yeah, it's a different blade shape. And everybody who said, you know, they're like, it's interesting. And then once they get it, everyone seems to like it. I have a feeling it's kind of like the Spyderco. It's kind of like the Spyderco, you know, you kind of get your claws in on you. Once it gets it, you get the claws on you, you kind of get infected with it in a good way. It sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so right here, this is the knife. That's really cool though. I like that. Now, is that, here, zoom down. Okay, I thought for a second that was like, it almost looked like it was Timascus or something. That's really cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. Congrats on that acquisition, man. That's really good. That's really good. Way to go. Just have to give the kiddos a bath. Hey, no problem, just Nate. Take care of those kids. Make sure you go do that. You're a good papa, Nate. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. So did I miss anybody that joined? I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. No, I said everybody. I said hello to everybody here. If I missed you, let me know. Let me know. It was $75. Couldn't miss it. That's a good deal. Yeah, can't miss that. For sure, for sure. Yeah, I I get in trouble looking at this stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. You guys are like, you're my codependent people. You know, you enable me. So, oh hey, thank you, Just Nate, member for 4 months. Man, that deserves the big one. So thank you so much. 4 months, Just Nate. I appreciate you, channel member, Just Nate. So in your honor, thank you, Just Nate, for 4 months. Really do appreciate you. Thank you. Super awesome. Everyone do a little salute out there. If you guys are interested, I got to check, but I think there's a chance I might actually be able to get another little meme or another little, I don't know what we call these, gifts. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can add another one, I believe now. So if anybody's interested, if you have an idea for another one, let me know. There may or may not still be an American Blade Works on the official listing tab. We'll look. We'll look. Am I doing that wrong? Doing the search wrong. Nav sale. I thought this is how it works. Let's try it again. American Blade Works. There we go. Penguin. All right, Rookie. Okay. You missed me, Neil McKenzie. Hey, Neil, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks so much for joining the live stream. Welcome. I'm sorry I missed you. Don't want to miss you, but I did, and I feel bad. I really do. So hopefully you feel welcome now. Everybody, welcome Neil, if you haven't already. You know, the Riot XOM, I'm not into gravity knives. I looked at it, I saw it. It's not quite my thing, you know. Would I check one out? Yeah, I would check it out. Would I buy one? Probably not. It's not. I just, you know, I like folding knives. I really do. I like the engineering of it. And gravity knife just doesn't woo me. But you know, let's put it this way. I'm not called to go buy one, but if anybody was to be kind enough to let me look at one, if they were willing to load me one, I would be more than happy to check one out. But it's just not quite my cup of tea. I hope that's all right. Doesn't mean it can't be your cup of tea, right? I mean, heck, I'm sure there's things here you look at, you think it's stupid, and you would never own. I get it, right? In my list here, but there's things that you know, that you own that don't appeal to me, and that's okay. That's why there's so many choices. That's why I like that. So, all right. So let's go. Official checkout. All right. So you gave me the link. Oh boy. Here we go. All right. Here we go. It's going to, oh, look. Oh, whoa. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I know that knife. Wait, why is this still in my, it was gone. Okay. All right. I think it's cached some information from when I looked at that. We already made that. We did that deal. That deal's done. It's gone. Let's try it one more time. I don't know why it's caching back to that. See, it keeps doing that. So let's go to the cart. Let's just clear it out of the cart. Let's, how do we get rid of this? Remove from cart. There we go. All right. So let's see if we can go back to the link. Try it one more time.
There we go. All right. For some reason, I guess it had in my local session, it had cached that look. So, but that one's gone. So I actually handled this one. Matter of fact, if you want to hold just 1 second. Sorry, I have to step around the little place here. So I actually, part of the pass around, I got a chance to check this out. This is an Ultim. Not quite my favorite scale, but definitely cool because when you're checking out a knife, you get to see inside of it without, since it's a pass around, I can't take it apart. I got a chance to look at the internals of it and pretty cool. And it's Magna Cut. And I think they shoot for like 63 on the HRC, 62, 63, I think. So, but the Model 6 is one that's very tempting to me. And I think the Model 2 also. The Model 2 I like. I think, do they have the Model? Anybody have Model 6? Yeah, because I think I actually, did I have it listed here somewhere? No, I guess I didn't have it. But the Model 6 was one. But yeah, that one right there, the Model 2 and the titanium, that one's really cool. Definitely see that one as being a kind of a neat one. I like the look of that one. I like the whole texture and everything. Now, is that reversible? No, it's not reversible. So right-hand tip-up only, which is fine for me because I'm right-handed, so, which is not fair to those who are left-handed. May not be fair to them, but yeah, Lord Nita, you should go for it, man. That definitely is really nice. I am not in a position to acquire anything because that has to. I've done my acquisitions for the week or the month. All right, so we got someone we need to ban. Let's get rid of that person. Who banned him? If you did, thank you. Whoever took care of that one. We're making the big leagues. We got spammed. Did you all see that? It means we're getting somewhere. That also means that when we have the giveaway, they're probably going to hit us up to try to steal whoever wins their giveaway. So that's why I have that check in place to make sure I know who you are. Just so you know, because of that very thing. But I wasn't sure when it was going to happen, but there it was. So, and whoever the moderator that took care of it, thank you. Appreciate you. And I'm trying to be good and buy an interface. All right, so an interface. Now, that sounds like a really fancy knife, Lord Needham. I don't think I know. The Model 2 is a monster. May or may not have tucked one away from myself. You may or may not have tucked one away from yourself. I could see that. Yeah. That's definitely a cool knife. I like the look of this. I like the look of this one, quite frankly, over the Model 1. Now, if you think like Tri-State, I think he really likes this design a lot. I think this is more up his alley, but I think he would like the Model 2. But knowing Cole, and I don't know Cole because it could be different on his day. I'm just saying from what I've seen him buy, the types of knives he has, I think that Model 1 Warney would be something he would be more interested in than perhaps some of the other ones. I don't think he likes the real square. I think he likes the more rounded kind of, aesthetic flow. Just my take on it. I could be wrong. I say that and he could go completely against that, and that's his choice. He can do whatever he wants. But I'm just saying, based on what I've seen him buy, I'm guessing. Yeah, Lord Needham, I would definitely. So the interface. Now you got me interested. You're saying it's interface. That's called is it an interface knife? Because I am learning all the time. Every single Monday, I get exposed to knives I have never heard of. And every time I do, it's like, okay. Oh, yes, I've seen this. I've seen the review. I know this knife. I did not realize it was called an interface. That is pretty amazing. All right, so if you don't know anything about the interface, because I very closely watched several reviews of it because it was very interesting. This is carbon fiber. The handle is carbon fiber, but the blade is carbon fiber with the steel down here. Lord Needham, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe it's changed, but that's what I remember last. It's kind of like sort of like a Damasteel, if you will, between the carbon fiber and this. I don't know how they do it. It's knife magic. It's voodoo knife magic. So you know, somebody can tell me exactly how that happens. All right, Byron, are you heading out? All right, so Byron, appreciate you being here this evening. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Have a great evening. One of my chats is not as fast as my other chat, so I got to go look at this little itty bitty one because it is behind. I don't know why that happens. Every once in a while it does. So you like the Medford, the Praetorian. Yeah, I can see that. The cold steel. You know, some people love that. So you probably, I suspect, Plumber's Crack, you probably dig something like the Evo 3.0, which I dig too, but because it works in my hand. The aesthetics and everything just is nice. Maybe it's too small for you. I don't know. You probably also like the MSI and the Stitch, probably, I suspect. I'm guessing. Maybe not. Hey, no problem, Byron. Appreciate you being here. So, all right. So the question was, does it work for sharpening? Do you know? So I have heard what I saw Nuga Knives on a review on was that you can sharpen it. I mean, obviously you probably want a really guided system or really know what you're doing when you're sharpening. You don't want to willy-nilly sharpen it because, you know, you have so much blade that's there. Let's see. Make sure I understand how it works. Hardware, handle scales, 3D CNC. Let's see your opening. Yeah, so that's carbon fiber with the steel in there. I don't know exactly how they do it, but I do know that that's steel. And what is the steel that they use? Is there any detail? Oh, here we go. S35VN, it's the cutting edge. It's inside a unidirectional carbon body. That's cool. Finish, hand rubbed. All right. Thickness 0.19 inches. All right. A ceramic multi-row. I could see that. Definitely in a knife like that. Carbon fiber. Titanium. I've heard a lot of really incredible things. It's like ridiculously light. What is the weight? Did they have the weight on here? Yeah, 1.75 ounces. I mean, and it's like a large knife, and it's 1.75 ounces. It's like a half to a third or even a quarter of the weight you would expect it to be. It's what's the total? 8.5 inches. So it's about an 8.5 inch knife. So it's a full size knife. I mean, it's not a 9 or 10 inch knife, but it's a full size knife, and it works well. So. All right, so let's see here. Mine and Milton. Oh, Tyler Williams. All right, yeah. So I'm waiting for my chat over here to catch up. I don't know why it's behind. It's weird. Wish there was a way for me to refresh this. Yeah, it's still behind. Oh, there we go. Now it caught up. All right, so let me click on the link. So if you haven't had a chance, check out Tyler Williams, 253 subscribers. If you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe, please go check him out. And by all means, anybody else who has a channel, I am totally cool with you posting that channel link here. If it's Instagram or if it's YouTube, please do. I would love to everyone to go visit your channel and subscribe. I am subscribed. And if you subscribe, make sure you watch a video. Like here's this latest one on the Shaman. Is that the M4 one? It is. Sorry, I got awestruck. It's an M4. Yeah, I got the LMAX. I was happy to get anything but S30V, but the M4 or something like that is really kind of one of those ones I wanted. But the LMAX is good. I'm not unhappy with it. Don't get me wrong. But M4 is cool. So definitely go check them out if you haven't. All right, so Benchmade. All right, knife news. Just throwing this out there. I'm not a huge fan of Benchmade. I'm not a huge Benchmade fan, but they did it. They did it first. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Is a controversy? Blade Show collector score scores two of 30 Benchmade carbon fiber blades before prices skyrocket. If SHOT Show is where companies introduce new products, Blade Show is where they embellish them. Okay. So is this along the same, is this as carbon fiber laid on top of a blade, or is this the same that we were looking at that other knife before? I've never, I don't know. So, real quick, Tyler, is M4 is, that's not corrosion resistant, right? 3M is, and M4 isn't. Or is it the other way around? I'm mixing the two up. I don't have a lot of 3M and 3V or 4M, right? Trying to get the two mixed up. Or M4, sorry, and 3V. One of them is corrosion resistant and one is not. Can't remember which is which. So this looks very similar to the one we were just looking at. Is that why you posted that, Nuga Knives? So N690, some people seem to love it, Paul. I know I'm not a huge fan. I do have one knife. I have a Lieb that was my son's. It's an N690. It's okay. I mean, it's I kind of consider it a budget steal. It's not like N390. I think N390 is probably a little way better, but N690, what would you put it up there? Would that be like 9 or 10 MORV? Or is that, do you think it's up with Nitro V? I don't know. N690 might be just a little bit under Nitro V. I'm guessing. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know for sure. Those of you who know that steel better than I do, please speak up. Yeah, it's overpriced. Now, here's the one thing, right? Overpriced, and then I go get this. So I had an Adamas before, and this, quite frankly, I feel like if they looked at their pricing right now, they would not have priced this as they priced it. You know what I mean? I think honestly, if you go by their recent pricing of like the bailout and that the slims or whatever it's called, the thin slims, whatever the thing is, this thing would probably have listed at $450 to $500, I'm guessing. But it was actually a reasonable price for a really nice carbon fiber Magna Cut that's pretty decently heat treated and some anodized that goes in there. Now I switched the clip out on this. I put a titanium clip on because I already bent the clip because I hate steel clips. But this one was one of those few things that I feel like it was within reason for what I was willing to pay. Was it overpriced? Yeah, it still is overpriced. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not like bailout. It's not like the slims or whatever that thing is. That's insane. So when did they do this? Oh, it's 2016. Okay. Oh, this is from 2016. I just caught that. Man, I'm day late and dollar short. Or as we say in Texas, if it'd been a snake, it'd have bit me. Have you ever heard that one? Yeah, we also say if a frog had hips, he'd wear guns, he wouldn't be afraid of snakes. So, we have lots of phrases. But this looks very similar to the one. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. This is very similar to this one we were just looking at. Can I still get back there? Or did I lose it? No, here it is. Yeah, so it's very similar to this, but this is, from what I gather, this is mid-tech to custom. He does these and he makes them, but they are not, they're like on the side of like Oz Machine or Koenig or something like that. That's why they are that price. Yeah, it does, Paul. It really does. I think it looks pretty amazing. Yeah, so M4 is not stainless. I think it's the 3V that has some stainless properties. Now, I don't know if it has 10% chromium, but I hear it's stainless, kind of like along the lines of 154, which I didn't think was really stainless, but people talk about it having stainless properties, but I don't know if it's truly stainless like, M390 or S90V or S110V or something like that. Those are, or LC200N. I mean, that's super stainless, right? All right, so Mind of Milton. Yeah, let's go check out Mind of Milton. If you haven't had a chance, go check out Mind of Milton here. Definitely go give him a like. Man, he's only 175 away from 1,000. Man, I'd love to see you break 1,000 here really soon, Mind Milton. That would be awesome. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe and go watch a video. Make sure you watch a video so he gets credit for it. Because if you subscribe and don't watch the video, he doesn't get the credit for the video. And here he's got a Mula, looks like with a micarta inlay. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like the Mula. That's one of my, I have one of those. I really like mine. Mine has a red fat carbon inlay, and I really enjoy that one. It's a nice knife. I like Peña's series, the X series. So if you haven't a chance, go subscribe. Definitely worth going to take a look. All right, so I'm going to close a few of these extra windows. Not because I don't want, but I've got a lot of windows open. All right, so there's NAF sale. Yeah. Let's see. Did anybody? Let's refresh to see if Lord Needham bought this. Did it disappear? Is it still there? No, still there. Still there. That's a nice blade. I just can't do it right now. That carbon fiber, well, yeah. I mean, they're great knives. Now, I will tell you, like with every Benchmade, if you didn't know this, I took it apart. Now, ironically enough, this is one of the things I like about the Adamas. It has the thickest washers that any Benchmade knife I've ever had. And I've owned over 50 Benchmade knives, and I've probably handled over 65 different Benchmade knives. And some of them are variants of like a bug out and different things, but the phosphor bronze washers on here are really thick. They're almost thick enough that I measure them to see if I could get like the super thin Cade ceramic ball bearings and slip them on there. Not quite. But I was hoping. I was thinking, man, if they're just thick enough, I could maybe put the 1mm bearings on there. That would be cool. But I did polish that, and then I polished the blade, and the action went to that drop shut. I don't know if you can see that. So now we have that drop shut. Just really nice. Really, really great. I like that. And the carbon fiber is really a nice carbon fiber. I really, really like that. They did a really good job. And the MagnaCut, it's a good MagnaCut. I was fortunate. I didn't get a low heat treat. Like I said, it took me a while of a lot of stropping to get that blade to be crazy sharp. And it's held up well. I've used it. I've got tape on there I got to take off, but I use my knives. I know. Sorry. So you guys may wonder. All right. Thank you, Legion Steel Knives. Appreciate you subbing. Very cool. The Benchmades retailed for $800 in 2016, so the prices aren't bad, but I'm not a huge fan of the super light knives, to be honest. I feel like I'm not, you feel like I'm holding some, you feel like you want to be holding something. I got you. Okay. Sorry. I had a hard time reading the knife for some reason. Don't know what's going on there. Yeah, I like a little substance. I mean, I don't mind a light knife. I mean, like here, this is very light. The Rosie, very, very light, but it's solid. I don't know if I can describe that. It's light because it's milled, but when you hold it, it feels very, very solid, very well made. There's just that level of just ridiculousness. You know, it just has that beautiful drop, just really nice. And man, that deployment, that snap is just, it's music. Just, I love that. Sorry. I could do that all day. And trust me, I do, and then I get yelled at because I do it all day. I love that sound. And I know some people absolutely despise Koenig for whatever reason. And that's fine. Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Spartan blades. Now, do I think there's some point I'm going to run into a Spartan knife that I'm going to like? Yeah, I do. I think there will be. I absolutely do. I, for the longest time, was not a fan of Hinderer. I had a Jurassic. Wasn't a fan. Then I got the XM18 non-flipper. Loved it. And still love it. And it's going to stay. Great knife. But I'm not a big fan of most of the other knives. Just not. But that's okay. I don't have to be, right? And if you're a Hinderer fan, shouldn't be any skin off any skin off your knee or your nose or whatever for me to not be a fan, right? That's a good point, Nuga Knives. Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of, when you point that out, what I think about, oh yeah, let's do that real quick. If you haven't had a chance, please go check out Legion Steel Knives. I'm not subscribed. I thought I subscribed to your channel. Huh. Well, I didn't subscribe. I could have sworn I went there. So what I recommend, if you want to just quickly, I'm going to do this so that my subscription will stay. I'm going to play a short real quick, because if I play a short, watch it all the way through, just let it go, the algorithm should allow me to stay subscribed. So he's at the lake. It's a really nice lake, by the way. Ah, there's the blacked out version. I like the blacked out version. That's cool. Is it black DLC on the blade, or is it just black, like black stonewashed? I forgot to check on that. That's cool. All right. But watch the video, and then your subscription you'll get credit for it. So, and if you didn't know, he's taking pre-orders on this knife, and he's got some updates. I dropped a video a couple days ago, kind of pointed out all the things that they're updating. Definitely worth checking out. And if you use, I believe it's Rob's Nerdy Knives. I've got to look that code up real quick. But you use the code, you can get $35.05 off. Really, really cool. Off your pre-order or your reservation. So definitely, I think he's taking up to 200 orders once he's filmed, then he's done. But definitely worth checking out. $35.05 off. Kind of a good deal. So I think definitely cool to look at. Yeah. So he's going to be the flipper. They're going to extend that out. They're going to, which to me, I love this blade shape, this modified sheep's foot blade. I mean, I've not seen anything like it. It's actually got a swedge on there, and a really nice swedge, so that it works with like weird cutting angles to me. And it's got some stoutness to it with a point, which is a great combination. So it's very utilitarian to me. And then you've got the liners, and this carbon fiber inlay feels a lot like Riot quality. It's made by Concept, and Concept's doing a heck of a job, bang up job there. And then they're also going to make this lock bar just a little bit smaller, so that if your finger, I got big meaty fingers, so your finger is going to be right off of that, and you're not going to get on there. That's going to help with the detent, not step on it. And then they're going to round off some of the edges there. So all the things that I think it's going to make this knife super comfortable and functional, they're doing it. So just really cool. Definitely something to, if you want, go check out my review impressions. It's really an impressions of a prototype. I don't really do a full review of a prototype. If I get my hands on the production version, then I'll do that. But it's more of impressions, right? So to be fair, because prototype it's not, can't really judge a prototype that's in flux, right? So there you go. But you can go with the intent and what they're doing and the things that you know about. I think that's fair. Yeah, black PVD coating. That's nice. So anyways, go give them a subscription if you haven't already. I do recommend that. So I've watched this video twice. I think my subscription is going to stick. So I'm going to hold that just for a second and drop that so we can get back to here. Bang for the buck. Bang for a little buck. EDC, the best Techman Ronin. Okay. That one is so cheap and runs like a Ferrari, flawless and so well mannered, amazing. Yeah, Plumber's Crack. There's some of those budget bangers out there that I love. I do. If you get the right, like for instance, right here, if you get the right lander, this is the M390, and I put the Mars Valley scales on here. It's M390, it's QSP, but this right here, and I put the titanium clip on there, by the way, because I kept bending them. This becomes just really a cool little knife. Now, I like the mod stuff. I know some of you guys don't, but I do. I put the Civivi clip on there. I didn't like the Banter clip that they had, the steel one, because I scratch them up. But I like the fact that, the titanium bends a little bit better. It doesn't, it has a little more flex to it, and it's a little lighter. It does help with the weight. So, and then I tried this one, kind of like sort of a tuxedo version on this one, and these are the Unlock composite scales, but I like doing that. And here's a baby Banter, by the way, if you're interested. Again, so I have several that I enjoy. Matter of fact, we did the giveaway last week was the Iridium. the Iridium. And that is a Kershaw, really, really nice knife. Definitely recommend that. The Kershaw Iridium, if you haven't had a chance to check it out. Man, they do a great job. They called it the Dura lock. It's the axis lock or the crossbar lock. That one right out of the box. You don't have to tune it. Like every Benchmade I had to kind of tune. Man, that Kershaw out of the box, just great. Just great. So there you go. So the best Techman Ronin, I've heard a lot of reviews. We should go take a look at that one. Let's do that. So if you don't know, Best Tech has a budget line that's called a Best Techman. They started that, and I think the first line in that was the Ronin, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was the first line, the first knife in that line. I think they're bringing out more, but the Ronin, if I'm not mistaken, was this the one? Maybe this is the second one. Here's the Best Techman Ronin. All right, so you got lots of versions. Oh, I like the orange. I mean, if you like orange, you can go for that. But you have the black, you have the green, $49. And I did see 14C 28N, one of the best budget seals you can get out there. Great budget seal. Really best bang for your dollar. I think, if you right now, that's the best budget seal. It really is easy to deal with. It's cost effective, and it has good corrosion resistance. Is ridiculous. So, Michael Sawyer, hey, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining. Hey, T Fetch, welcome. Appreciate you being here on the live stream. Thanks so much for joining. I don't think I said hello, but welcome to the live stream. Thanks so much. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I missed you, T-Fetch, so I apologize. And I missed, did I miss Michael Sawyer? I thought I said hello. We've been talking, right, Michael? Or did I miss when you joined? I feel like I might have. If I did, I'm sorry. All right, maybe I did. The Best Techman Ronin, yeah. So, there is the Best Techman Ronin. I think there's some other ones, right? I thought there was another one. The first Best Techman was a more square line. Best Tech, is it? How do we spell it? Oh, Best. The Dundee. I think, wasn't the Dundee the first one they came out with? Was that the first one, the Dundee? That sounds familiar. I did it a while back. Michael, you know what? You're so nice. I have to say it twice. So, there you go. You get the double welcome. Just pretend I'm like your, old grandpa that's forgetting things or something. I don't know. Hopefully not. At least my grandpa, not yours. All right, so YouTube. Let's go look at Just Nate. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to Just Nate, definitely go give him a subscription. I have subscribed. Just make sure you at least watch a video or short or something like that. Sun's Free Tiger EDC crossbar lock pocket knife. That's cool. That's what he got. A free one. That's nice. I got my son. His first pocket knife was the Rat 2, which they stopped making. Did you see that Rat? Who's it? The River, whatever company that makes them. They're no more, or they're acquired, or they're absorbed into something else. I don't know exactly how that worked, but that's a bummer. Ah, okay. Well, there's a lot of options out there. The thing about the Ronin and all the different things is it's a matter of what's your, on Ontario Rat. It's like, what is your preference for aesthetics, right? Like the Kershaw really hits a vibe, hits a large population. People really like the aesthetics of it. Now it's D2 steel for $65. Kind of high for D2 steel, but it's done really, really well. So that's where I think myself and a lot of people are willing to kind of overlook its D2. Now, I wish They did a drop on their website in the titanium, and I think it was 20 CV. It was a limited edition. They're not going to do it again. I asked them, but I think they would be foolish not to consider doing an S35 VN blade steel, maybe with titanium or G10 or something like that. I mean, that is a gold mine. I mean, look at CJRB taking the pyrite onto just really expanding that pyrite line. That to me is brilliant, because you're getting interest while people have interest into a line, into a knife that really works well. So I think if Kershaw doesn't jump on it, shame on them. That's a missed opportunity. And they're going to miss the excitement of the knife when they try to drop some of the other stuff. And there's going to be other things that are going to be more appealing, because right now that knife is pretty hot. I hope they consider that. Just my thoughts on it, because right now, even if you don't do something besides aluminum, do copper, do G10, do micarta, but maybe do another titanium, maybe do S35V blade steel, maybe S90V, maybe, I don't know, just something else. Maybe titanium with inlaid micarta. That's different. It still leaves that the exclusive, but you have something different. Oh, no question. The Ronins, yeah, absolutely. I've heard fantastic things about the Ronin, and so, you know what, Nate, I'm sorry. You know what I did? I clicked on the link and I talked away, and I thought I pressed a button to go to the website, and I realized I didn't. I'm sorry, Just Nate. If you haven't subscribed to Just Nate, please do. Go out and give him a subscribe. Maybe watch a video so the credit stays. Would love to see him get some extra subscribers. It'd be kind of cool in the community. We can support one another, and it's a way for us to share, like when we come across something really cool. Maybe we discover something. Like, I don't know if you knew, I did a video a while ago, early in my channel, and it was something that I asked people if they knew about it, and I thought this was kind of cool. Let me see if I can find the knife. Where's my knife? Here it is. So I carry this knife. This is the Pena X Series Trapper, right? And it's a top flipper. It works like that, right? It's a top flipper. And I always wanted to know if there was another way to flick it. And I realized it had a nail nick. So I shared a video. You can reverse flick it with the nail nick, and it works really, really well. Really, really well. And I did that video, and it kind of blew up. I think I got like 8 or 9, 10,000 views or something. I haven't had a big blow up video like that in a while, but stuff like that I think is cool when people share. And that's the kind of stuff I'd love to see and help other people share out there. As someone into knives that tries to get people around me into knives, I've learned to celebrate knives I'd never buy, because the worst thing you can do is crap on the person that thinks it's cool. Absolutely, 100%. Just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean I can't appreciate it, right? Like, I'm not a Spartan Knives fan, but I appreciate them. I think they're good quality. Chris Reeve knife, Chris Reeve Umnumzon. I love the look of that knife. It's just not for me, but I think it's a fantastic knife. The other Rick Hinder ones with the flipper tabs, I think it's a beautiful knife. I think it's fantastic. It's just not for me. Doesn't mean I can't appreciate the absolute coolness of the engineering and the classic history of it. Absolutely. Medford, I like Medford in that regard. It doesn't mean I'm into the Medford. No, but I mean, there is a slim something that I saw. There's one design that really appeals to me, and I've almost pulled the trigger a couple times. But that's the whole thing. It's like sometimes you find something appealing that's out there that you didn't know you found appealing. So there's that. Is my audio lagging, by the way? It looks like it's lagging. Can you all tell me? Is my lips, are they synced up with what I'm talking? The Slim MIDI. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that one looks really cool. I also like that one that's made with the tank. That's but they have different versions of it in some of the not great steel and some of the really nice steel. And every time I go look for the one that I really, really want, it's always the steel that I don't want. But oh well. Yeah, Nougat Knives, you're right about that. There are people who are like that. And here's the thing. Some of those makers, you can catch them on a wrong week, a wrong month, a wrong year, and they are jerks. There's no question. You can catch them on a good time, and they are the nicest people in the world. You know, we all have bad days, we all have good days. And you got to think, there's a lot of people that come to them and either criticize their knife, tell them what they're wrong. And I mean, I think of a couple of knife makers whose knives sell out all the time. I mean, they just don't, they sell out instantaneously. And there are people that contact these people and they say, I hate your design. You need to fix this. This is terrible. And you're like, I'm sorry. Everything he puts out there sells immediately. And you're telling him he needs to fix it? Fix what? Because everyone that wants it buys it, right? Now, is there something you would love to see them do as a different style? Maybe something that, you know, then ask that. But there's a nicer way to ask, right? Like, I'm super pumped that they're doing those Tonto blades with McNees. I would love to get one. They're hard to find. They're hard to get. And it's going to be a while before I probably get a chance for that. That would be a cool knife to get, the Tonto shape. It would break my rule of getting two of the same knives, but it would be cool. Let's see here. Slim Midi is on fire. Make sure I'm not reading this correctly. Is it behind again? No, it's not. I caught up. Okay. It's off on your screen. Okay, so let's see. All right, let me try to see if I can do this. See if that helps. All right, so I changed the sync, the duration. Sometimes the feed is a little slow. Tell me if that helps. Does it seem like more in sync? PE2 show, where's that? Where is it? PE2, this one right here? Oh yeah, he's got a little PE2. That's his one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's a front flipper. It's got the thumb hole. Okay, I like that. Okay, I like that. It has one of those utilitarian shapes. It looks like it's just it's made with a design aesthetic in mind. Kind of like the Spydercos, right? A lot of those have that. All right, so I played it. You have to tell me if the audio got any better. I did the fade or whatever they call it. It's the scene transition. It's duration supposed to be a little bit better. Okay, so Nuga knives, I agree with you. Those are, I know what you're talking about. There's two that I know specifically that have done that. And two that got, maybe three, that got a lot of flack for it. And then some people make stupid mistakes. They say stupid things. You know, yeah. You know, takes a lifetime to build a reputation, but it can take just a few seconds to destroy it. And hopefully that doesn't happen. The Chody swayback. All right, it's a Chody swayback. All right. I've literally dragged my Ronin through dirt, sand, and mud, subjected it to hot and cold climates, flipped it like it was a toy, dropped it, and lent it out to have it cleaned or sharpen it, and goes. All right. Yeah, I hear you. I take my knives apart and clean them all the time, especially my hard use ones. I definitely do that. Matter of fact, recently I was doing something with my little JG10 and I dropped it and I think I cracked the G10 scale. So I might have to kind of consider dyeing it, but I chipped it there and there. And so I had to buff it down to before the little piece fell off of it. So one of my scales is not quite even with the other because of that, but I dropped it and then I scratched the back of the blade because I dropped it onto some rocks. But you know, I buffed that out and it looks okay. I mean, just, it looks used. It looks like I'm using it. So that's okay. I'm okay with that. I like a knife that's used. If you have a beater knife, a hard use knife, it should look like it's being used. To me, that's a good knife. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it just feels like a user. And the action on this is just ridiculous. You know, it's buttery smooth. This is a good knife. So, all right. I don't know if just Nate wanted to show off his knife for like the last 10 minutes, but there you go. Just Nate, you got a chance to show off the knife for 10 minutes, maybe a little too long there. All right. So that's a good question. You know, tonight's topic, I actually had a topic for tonight and it was like, it's overpriced. Yeah, it's overpriced, but I still bought it. Am I a hypocrite or am I a big hypocrite? So how many of you guys have had a knife that you said, yeah, it's overpriced, but you still bought it? Honestly. Maybe some of you never will do that. Maybe you will never, ever do that. More power to you. But honestly, I think most of us will have said it's overpriced, but we look at a knife, we really want it, and we're like, yeah. Right? How many of you guys have done that? Just curious. I mean, maybe you're better than me and you've never done it, but I've done it several times. Whether to my shame or not. Yeah, I own Benchmades. Yeah. The Zahn. Yeah, the Zahn. You know, ironically, when I bought my Chris Reeve Zahn, I paid market value. I went to a website, it had just dropped, didn't know how much in demand it was, and I said, oh, I'm going to buy that. Clicked on it, bought it, and then I found out later on that was like, that's never happens, and I got it. So I kept it for years because I bought the Zahn because everyone told me, you got to buy a Zahn. So I said, okay, I'll buy a Zahn, and I bought it, and it wasn't for me. You know, it's it's one of the best looking knives, but if I could tune the detent, if I could fix the rounded out cutaway, I don't know if you call it a rounded, I guess it's radius chamfering on the lock bar. If I could take that edge off, I think I would have kept it. It would have been awesome. But I don't know. I probably would have to send it in to Chris Reeve and Chris Reeve Knives and have them do it. Maybe they would have done it. The XMO in LMAX. Okay, just bought it. All right, yeah. You own Benchmades. The Zahn, okay. What else? Budget minded, the most I've spent $200 for my Jersey prototype. Okay, you got the Jersey prototype. That's cool. That's a pretty cool little knife. It had really nice action, by the way. I got a chance to do an unboxing and review of that. That was a pretty smooth knife. They executed that well. It's a little on the smaller side, but if you like that fit and the feel and the look, it's a banger of a knife. Hey man, welcome, brand new American. Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate. Hey, Stephen Johnson. Did I say hello to you yet? I don't think I did. If I did, I don't remember. And if I forgot, it's been one of those Mondays. But welcome. Sometimes I feel I should just go say hello to everybody again. Marco, the BNA. So what's the BNA? You have to tell me what that is. I don't know the abbreviations for that one. Oh, that's brand new American. You're saying hello. Gotcha. Just clicked. A little day late and a dollar short. First time seeing your stream. Well, hey man, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, every other Monday we do a giveaway. This is just the chat knives night, right? Next Monday we're going to have another giveaway. We're getting real close to the big 3K. It's kind of getting closer than I expected. I thought it would be 2 months out, but it might be a month out because the number of subscribers is growing and we're getting there quicker. We're about 250 away. That might do that in a month. So when we do that, we're going to have a big 3K giveaway. I'm going to be giving 3 very nice knives away. Very excited about that one. Just in case you're curious, I'm trying to lure you to coming back, trying to entice you to come back for the giveaway. But stay for the chat. Stay for the talk. We like knives and we enjoy talking knives. Hey, Marco, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you. Channel member. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. No giveaway. Oh, ow. Come on. Next week we'll have a giveaway. We'll make it fun. Jay, we need to get you on the MC. Get you on MC. I am too little. I'm a little guy. I've been a fan of his channel I became a Patreon member 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. And I've been a channel member for almost 2 years. And I've been watching him for over 3 years. I watched him when he had, I think I can remember he had 12 or 18,000 subscribers when he was about the size of Lefty, right? And that was several years ago. It was at least 3 years ago. Yeah, Plumber's Crack. Sorry, I want to say Plumstruck. Plumber's Crack. I agree with you. Sometimes that happens. Absolutely. Yeah. The many areas is a tax write-off since it gained a bunch of subs. Yeah, it could be, I guess. I don't know how. I got to get an accountant. My brother's an accountant. I'll have to ask him how that works, because maybe I need to do that. That would be cool. I do know that I do have to declare all my purchases and sales. So there's that. Now, the good thing is the purchases outdo the sales. So usually I'm okay. So as long as I can itemize that. All right. So we got a link for Cheeto Bandito. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link here. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please go give him a subscription. If you haven't, do definitely watch a video, at least watch a short or something, so he can get the credit for the subscription if you get a chance. Oh, this is one of those fixed blades that I wish I'd kept. I do like this, by the way, the Hidden Canyon. That's the Benchmade Hidden Canyon was pretty cool. Now, I bought a Benchmade Hidden Canyon. I got the S90V with the Kydex holster, and they sold it to me for the one with the leather holster and the, S30V blade steel. And I didn't realize they mismarked it. And I returned it because I felt bad. Looking back on it, I wish I'd kept it. Oh well. But I felt like I was kind of, knowing how much they charged now, I guess I wouldn't have really felt that bad. But oh well. Yeah, I saw Tri-State. Yeah, I was reaching out to Cole and I said, Cole, MC wants you on there. And because I was reaching him out into our pass around group, and then I emailed him and stuff too. And so I'm sure everybody did, but I was trying to make sure he knew about it. It was glad to see him on there. That was really cool. Well, I would love to be Michael Sawyer. I would love to be a guest. That would be an honor. It would be a little overwhelming because I've never been a guest on anybody's show. You know, I'm still just a guy who likes knives and opens boxes and gives you my thoughts on them and just enjoys them and loves talking about knives. And that's it. You know, I'm a little nerdy. I can get a little lost in the details and the design and the engineering, but I try not to get so overwhelming that, you know, I lose everybody else and start sounding like a Charlie Brown Peanuts cartoon, you know, where I get lost in the details. But, you know, that'd be cool. I would be honored. All right. So Tri-State only got 8K, 3K to 8K. Ain't that big of a difference. Well, we'll see. That would be kind of cool, but I would be humbled. I would never assume that. I'm happy just, you know, growing as we're growing. I'm honored by that people still tune in and people still enjoy the live stream and enjoy the content. You know, if people didn't, and it was not speaking to anybody, it wasn't, you know, helping anybody, no, I wouldn't want to waste anybody's time. But if it does, you know, I like doing that. I like to share my experiences, because here's the thing. You could disagree with me and everything I do, you feel exactly the opposite. And that video could still help you, because if I say I like it, you know you're not going to like it. If I say I don't like it, you know you're going to like it. Truth be told, full disclosure here, when Lefty talks about detent, if he says the detent's too light, I know I like it. If Lefty says the detent is too tight, I know it's impossible for me. A knife is probably out of consideration. If he says it's tight, or it's, you know, could be tuned a little tighter, then I know I could probably do that knife and tune the detent down a bit. It's always understanding, you know, where he's at, because he likes a different level of detent. And some of you guys like that too. I like a different level of detent, especially for front flippers and top flippers. You know, there's a certain level of detent that I like for those knives that make it a little more enjoyable for me. And hopefully that helps you guys. So who knows? El Cap Addict, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Thanks for joining the live stream, man. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all the channel members, by the way. Thank you. You guys, if I haven't said it, thank you very much. All right, plumbers. Okay, you gotta hit the rack. All right, no problem. Plumbers rack. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here this evening. Hopefully you'll join us next week. There will be a giveaway. Definitely come back. Hey, oh, that's right. That's Cheeto Bandito. Al Pacito. How do you change your name like that all the time? Because I think your site still has no. It says it's at Cheeto Bandito, but it has a different name. I guess there's a place to just change the name. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Feel like I learned something here, or at least something I would never change, I guess. Lefty needs a detent stiffer than he likes. Now, if Lefty said that, you know what he would have added to that comment. He said, "That's what she said." You know, he would have just slid that right in there. You wouldn't even have noticed it until you realized it and you started blowing your tea out of your nose or something if you're drinking. Yeah, he's a little masochistic when it comes to his detents. He like a seriously strong detent. Matter of fact, I've gotten some of the knives in the pass around, and some of them he talks about this. It's okay, detent. And I get it, and I'm like, I can feel my nail being, scraped off, filed off by how strong it is. Oh, 2 name changes every 14 days. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, the growler. I bet it does. I actually was reviewing a growler that came in our pass around. It had pretty strong detent. I mean, it worked okay because it's a reverse flick, right? It has that nice, the thumb hole, or technically, see, people call this a thumb hole. I call this like a really a fuller, because that really is a hollow fuller. Call it a thumb hole. I don't know, but that one worked on the growler, but it was pretty strong. I think if it was going to be mine, I would probably tune it down just a bit, because I can do a middle finger reverse flick with the growler. If you have the black PVD blade, there's just enough of the flat part of the blade exposed, because it's such a big, broad blade. It reverse flicks with the middle finger really nice. It gives you what I call it bonus fidgetability, fidgety goodness. So it has extra bonus fidgetiness. Is that a word? We'll make it a word. Yeah. So the nail bed. Yeah, I can hear you. I hear you on that. And that's sometimes why it's nice when it's a little chamfered. If it's too chamfered, though, depending on your access to that hole, it can be difficult to use. Like, so here's the stitch, and it's really well chamfered, and it's nice. But the problem is I can't really get a good finger in there, and if I do, it slides out. So I have to hit it up high. I have to get up high like this, and then I can flick it. If it was not chamfered as nicely and soft here, it would be easier for me to flick out, because I could have a little bit of kind of friction here to hold it and get that flick going. That's where sometimes too much chamfering can be a problem, especially if you got a big old thumb hole. At least for me. Maybe not for you, but for me. Fidgetification. Say that 10 times quickly. Fidgetification. Okay, we'll go with that, because my reviews. I talk about the scale, the fidget scale, and then I have the fidgety goodness. That's what I talk about. So it's a 1 through 10 as far as the fidget scale, and then how well do you execute that fidget scale. You could be a 3 out of 10, but if you execute it really well, you got 100%. Right? If you execute it, you could be a 9 out of 10 as far as your fidgetability. But if your fidgety goodness is not great, you can still get a C or a D. I mean, to me, it's like, if you're going to do something, do it well. And I think like the stout version 2, oh man, it does it well. It really does it well. I wish I'd gotten on the pre-order. I'm hoping there's extras. Oh, the version 1 had a big, too big of a blade hole. I gotcha. Oh, did we have somebody join that I didn't see? The Eldito sounds like a mosquito repellent. Eldito. Oh man. What is the Eldito? Is that a knife, or is that? Then I missed something. I know I did. Oh well. You'll have to help me out. Oh, Al Pacino. Sorry, Paul. I'll try to stick to my original name, but I make no promises. You know, Cheeto, you do you. If that's what you want to do, you do you. Every time I usually catch some part of your name that has it in there, and I go, now I know who it is. Sometimes you throw me, you catch me though. I feel like you stealth in, like you ninja'd in. Nougat Knives, El Cap Addict, totally hiding, by the way. There is a limit to its pain to reverse the flick, Maison, but also partially stud placement. Yeah, I agree. I was able to reverse the Umnumzon, but I had to break in the phosphor bronze washers. Finally had to get into the point where it's so smooth where it had the drop shut action. That's the only time when I can get to that. If you still have that kind of creamy, buttery, with some friction resistance, it's not going to be, well, if you can reverse flick it, you got some seriously strong fingers, and my hat's off to you. But for the normal people, the rest of us non-superheroes, you know, it needs to be dropped shut like really, really well for that to work. Need a little water. Likes to keep us on our toes. It's always cool. Yeah. Sometimes he's caught me where I completely missed it. I didn't get it. Oh, hey, thanks, Legion Steel. That's awesome. Cool. All right, so we talked about that. The Best Techman. I knew they were coming out with more, so that's great to see. This is a really cool knife, but it's kind of cool that Benchmade did something like this in 2016. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing, guys. That was kind of interesting. Still cool. This one's cool, the Chapman Lakes knives. I think Lord Needham actually ordered one of these. He's getting one of these in. Kind of curious which one he's getting. It's a unique design. I would have to handle this one to be able to make a call. I know it's a button lock, but it's just very unique. I mean, it's American made, and it's probably going to be fantastic. It's got this burple. That burple, where is it? Yeah, that burple right here on the left. That's that where you go to different shades. That I've heard is phenomenal. But it's a little, you know, this was one of these that I would have to handle before I knew, because it's a very unique shape. Doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy it, right? We can still appreciate it. Just doesn't mean that if I don't add it to my collection, doesn't mean I hate it and I'm going to spit on it, right? It just means it's not my aesthetic. And that's a legitimate thing to say. I really think so. I think you're being fair if you say it's not your aesthetic. And no one should be offended if something is not their aesthetic, right? That's okay. You know, you got to be true to yourself, because if you let everyone else tell you what your aesthetic is, then you don't really know what you like. Then you're going to be trying everything and be unhappy. And if I know what I like, I'm willing to try. Now, when I first look at it, it's not my aesthetic, but if I handle it and I get it and I figure out, oh, this is very different, then that's different, right? That's kind of where I'm at. So I don't know what you guys think about that. You prefer the hydraulic smoothness, the glassy smoothness. Yeah. The 1-2 shakes. So I get that. And there are knives that work like that. But for me personally, my perfect D10 is the controlled shut. For instance, I have my, where to go? Yeah. My Chavez Redemption, the 229. This right here has a controlled shut. I love that. Now, some people, when they first get this, it's multiple shake to close. Then some people will tune it where it's a guillotine, boom, and it just will chop your finger off. I don't like either, right? Personally, I like the very controlled, smooth shut. That's my ideal. I would love to see that. I mean, I get, like, I don't think I can tune a Herman. Herman is just, that's a Herman. And I don't ever want to mess with their tuning, because you just don't want to mess with that, right? You typically, if you want to mess with the tuning of a Herman, you send it in for them to do it. And I'd recommend that, right? But like, for instance, a Rosie, This one is just about drop shut, but it is still like a double shake, kind of I think what you like. So yeah, button placement. Yeah. So, hey, here's the thing, no one's going to be able to know and share what they think about the knife until, other people have reviews and talk about it. So there's that. Oh, hey, we're still on I'm doing the live stream over there. Let me turn that off. All right. So this is the gray tan. Yeah. Okay. So this is the one that I was telling you about. I don't think this is the DLC, is it? I don't think this is the DLC. But yeah, no, this is the one that it doesn't look like this. It's the one I have. This is gray. It's not black. But I was going to point out, it is actually made in, I believe it's made in Russia. So Custom Factory Knife Works is Russian made. So I thought that was cool. All right, so let me close some of this stuff. I have a bunch of things open here. Ergos with decent and fan of the button. Got you. Nuga knives, the Zahn studs double as stops. They're probably poorly positioned for leverage. Yeah, I agree. Like the zero tolerance 562 carbon fiber is the same thing. This right here, the Evo, real quick, we'll switch over here. The Evo, these are thumb studs you can use, but they are blade stops. They're blade stop pins. That's what they're primarily for, right? So you can use them, but I can reverse flick them. I can use them, and they're pretty square. So their intent is to be blade stops, but you could use them. You got to make sure you get the right angle on there, or else it can be, if you try to go down like that, it can be uncomfortable. But they work. I think like on a Chris Reeve, like an XM18, typically these are blade stop pins, right? But the non-flipper, they tune this so this works really well. Like on the flipper, and it's a much stronger detent, and it's very uncomfortable to use the thumb studs, I think. At least it was on the Jurassic that had a flipper. But this right here, the non-flipper, to me, it's just really nice. And it's done well enough where was I normally able to do it here? Yeah, I middle finger flick it too. I don't know why I missed that. There we go. Middle finger flick it too. So I get the little bonus fidgety goodness there. But these are technically blade stop pins, but they work for here because of the tuning. But I agree with you. Yeah, I think a lot of those, the Chris Reeve Ununzon, they're really meant to be blade stop pins. But you can tune it when you break it in enough. You can use them, I think. May not have been the original intent, but I did. The problem was I had mine was sandblasted, and it was tearing up. I destroyed 3 pairs of jeans. Sent it in to get glass bead blasted. Came back fantastic. All the action that I had put in there, made it perfect, was gone. It was back to that real strong, buttery. Man, it took forever and I was like, it was hurting my finger, and I was like, yeah, I'm not carrying it. Wasn't carrying it, so I figured I'd sell it. My rule is if I don't carry it, I'm going to sell it. Definitely prefer washers over bearings. I hear you. A lot of people would prefer washers over bearings. And that's a fair thing. I love the fact that Skiff does bearings, phosphor bronze, thick ones, to replace cage ceramic ball bearings. So those who like it. I was loaned a Vision R that I reviewed on the channel that had the washers on there. It was very interesting. It was different. It was unique, but it was very interesting. This Evo came with the phosphor bronze washers, very much like a Chris Reeve Ununzon feel. Not at all like it felt like here. You have a copper neutron too. Oh, you have a copper neutron too. That's a newer version of the neutron. Yeah, I have the Atom. It's a good knife. Definitely a good knife. If anybody's interested, you can talk to Brand New American. Oh, let's see here. What is this? Level on up. Has anyone checked out the new Sharp by Design Mini Tempest coming? Yeah, the Cavizo. I think I saw that. Have they finished their voting? They did. Oh, production Q1 2024. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not front flipper or flipper. Can you get to the fuller? That's my question. I would really like to be able to get to the fuller. I would go for this one right here. It's carbon fiber. I dig that. Just my aesthetic. But I also like, oh, what the heck is that? That's different. Kind of cool. What we got over here? That's the blackout. Okay. Drop point. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. All right, so I'm falling a little behind here. All right, so owner's son was running the knife production part of the business and made poor choices, ending knife production altogether. Oh, what is this? Stephen, what are you talking about? Did I miss something? The Chapman Lake knives. Wait a second. Were we? So this is the one we were just looking at. So they're not going to be producing them anymore. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. Well, that's good to know. If someone's really interested, this will be one of those in-demand, unique knives then. Yeah, the action on the Herman is exquisite. I definitely agree with you that. And you can get different versions of the Herman. You can do the Sting. There's all different versions. The Sting is the size that I wanted. It was the aesthetic I wanted, and it fits perfectly in my hand. A lot of other people love the other designs. They don't like the Sting. That's fine, right? There's even a mini Sting. If you got small hands or you really like small knives, that's another one. The Cavisa was cool. Let's see here. All right, Nuga Knives, you're heading out. All right, so good night. I don't know if I'm catching up, so good night, Nuga. If you already left, appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining the live stream. If I already missed you, hopefully you see this later and know that I said good night to you. So you like all your Spydercos. And see, I tune every one of my Spydercos. I literally polish the phosphor bronze washers and I make them drop shut. I like that. Without any blade play. That's my goal. Always have that perfect drop shut. I do that with my Benchmades. I have that with the phosphor bronze with no blade play. That's always a goal for each one of those. I do that with like my Spyderco Pair 3. I like to have that right here as well. Now this one's a little tight right now because the pivot got loose and I had to retighten it and I had to put some Loctite in there. And I think I tightened it just a hair tighter than it was before because when I first did it, it had a little blade play. It has none now, but now I got to kind of break it back in a little bit because I haven't carried it for a bit. But I like it when it drops. This is not dropping. So this is probably perfect for you. I bet this is perfect for you. It's a little too snug for me, but it'll get there. And when it gets there, that's probably when you would tighten it again. So. So Chapman Lake is different than the Lake Chapman? Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I know, the Paul. You never want to take it apart. That's the thing. When you get that action just right, you don't want to mess with it. I hear you for sure. So I think the one I'm over here, this one, that's the I guess Chapman Lake knives. The one you were talking about, I was wrong. It's the Lake Chapman knives. So what is the difference? So let me see if I can find that. So it's called Am I looking it up? It's Lake Chapman knives. That's River's Edge. I'm not finding it. If you could tell me where to go look, because I don't know where to look for that one. So I don't know what the difference is. So I feel like I missed something there. But how do I polish my phosphor bronze washers? I don't know if you're asking that, Broke Ass Knives, if you're asking me or if you're asking someone else. Or you're asking Paul. Okay. I usually use a leather strop, Paul. I don't know about you, but I use my leather strop for my phosphor bronze. I usually use this side. So that's one of the things. I mean, I use Dremel on other things, but I would use that for my phosphor bronze. I don't know if that's what y'all are talking about, because I'm still looking at this Lake Chapman knives. I'm not finding it. Oh, okay. Lake Chapman is the one that just came out. So which is the one that stopped producing the knives? Is it Lake Chapman or Chapman Lake? Is it the slip joint or is it the button lock? I'm assuming it's a button lock, right? Yeah. Okay. So it was the one we had earlier. That one. Yeah. Okay. And this is not the one that's stopped being produced. Or are you saying is this the one that's going to not be produced anymore? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know which is the one he was talking about. Now I'm curious. He had an uncle working there. So let's see. I don't know if I have the notes, but anyways. Yeah, that's always a problem when you do the Loctite. Man, one of the things I've always come to know is like you got to be careful with the oil, especially if the oil is going to get near your pivot, because you don't want oil in your pivot, because the Loctite will never set if you've got oil in the pivot, inside the pivot or on the threads of the screw, right? The other thing is if you got too much Loctite and it spills out, it'll mess up your scales. It can mess up Loctite inside between the scales and your maybe liners can really kind of cause all sorts of weird stuff to happen and leave some permanent discolorations and stuff, but it can also get in and ruin things and just really makes it messy. And if it gets into your washers, your phosphor bronze washers or your case bearings, and mess things up there and just make it horrible, gritty. So I always try to be really, really careful. I use very, very little, just enough to get on the threads. And I like the threads for it to move around on the threads, just so it's just on the threads. And if I have too much, I wipe it off. You don't need a whole lot. At least I don't think you do. Like on a Hindra knife, you'd never put Loctite on any of the standoffs. I learned that the hard way. Don't do that. You know, you may do it on the pivot, but don't do it on the standoffs. Yeah. So when I what's the one that I did recently? Oh, it was this one, the Benchmade. Yeah, I polished. Matter of fact, I think I have a video coming out for this one. When I tune this one, yeah, there will be a video coming out for this one. I'm going to combine my initial opening and the second opening together in a video, and then how I tune this. And it's going to be one big video, right? Because it has really, really thick washers on here for a Benchmade. Okay, definitely much thicker than I have seen in other things, but really nice and very well polished. And then, of course, I always polish the blade as well to get that really nice action. And I like to have the drop shut without the blade play, but that's me. Probably others would tighten it up just a little bit more to get a little less drop. So where'd you get your strop from, Broke Ass Knives? I'm kind of curious, because I like this strop. I bought this one at the Blade Bar. The Blade Bar in Fort Worth. Like the strop, I used it forever, and I have yet to clean this off to heat it and reapply my strop. I just keep adding layers on top of this because all this darkness right here is from the white compound. All that is steel in there, and it helps sharpen the blade even more with the steel and the compound mixed together. It's very gritty, and it really helps to really do a nice job of bringing back the sharpness to my edge. I like it. I agree with you, Paul. You know, I don't know if you saw my review, Paul, on the, I did a review on the Maverick. I like the Maverick. I really, really did. I wanted to like the Maverick, but I got one of the first production runs, and I think I've heard that they fixed a lot of things. And I've even heard people talk about it, like the later on runs are better. At first, they went with the idea that they felt like it should all feel like like a Chris Reeve or something really with a thick washer's glassy feel. And I was like, everyone with an Axis lock really wants, they want to go by Benchmade or Hogue or now Kershaw, right? They want that action that most people, not everybody, I know there's some of you guys here are exceptions, but most people want to have the ability to drop it and be able to flick it open and close it, right? People like to be able to close a knife and do that, right? So for some people that's important. I think the Maverick didn't quite do that. And when I got it just enough where I could move it around, it had blade play. And when I got it tight enough, it was like you couldn't even flip it closed. And that really bothered me. So I take that too. I took that into account. I assumed that was just initial production run tolerances, trying to nail it down. So I need to give it another shot on the Maverick. I really do. I'm just a little gun shy. I want to believe that it's not going to be the same experience. And if I order directly from Tactile Knife Company, I don't want to have to ship it back. Oh, that's cool. Oh, El Cap, you make strops? That's cool. No, actually, I remember that. I thought I saw that on another. Did you send Lefty one? Didn't you send Lefty one? And you really you did something with the wood. You put a nice veneer or something, not veneer, stain on there with the strop. It looked really nice. It was like kind of gave it a nice dark texture because most strops have that really white wood, raw exposed, but you gave it a kind of a classy look, if I remember correctly. Let me know if that's the one I was thinking about, because I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And I tell you, if you guys probably all do the same thing, but if you're on meetings, it is very therapeutic just to sit there and strop your knife, right? To me, I don't know. It's very therapeutic just to kind of go through and strop a knife. I rather enjoy that. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know if you guys can relate to it or not, but I find that rather therapeutic. And it's also interesting to kind of figure out where the blade angles are and get the feel for that blade angle, because every knife is a little different, right? "95% of people could buy a Rookie P801 and be happy, but we're not 5%. They're also the 95% of people that could buy a Kershaw Leak, right? And they'd be happy too. Or Columbia Knife Rivers and Tool, little $30 knife or whatever, right? Okay, so you got a little strop. I have a little strop too that I use, but this is the one this is my small strop I use at the desk. So I like this one the most. Hey, level on up. welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. I think you were here earlier, if I remember correctly. I thought you were here earlier. And if not, well, welcome back or welcome. If you were, welcome back. The Kershaw leak, yeah. That's a lot of people's first knife, isn't it, right? Mine was a Gerber Easy Out. Still have it. Bought it when I was 18. It's not a great knife. It's like 440 steel, maybe 420 steel. I don't know. It's not great steel. When I try to sharpen it, the steel rolls just with the lightest sharpening. It's not the best steel, but it's the first knife I bought, so I keep it. So I guess that technically would be a safe queen, but I kept it in my car forever, just kind of because it's serrated blade. So I always felt like it would be nice to have a serrated blade in the car just in case you need to cut something. Yeah, sentimental value. I agree with you guys. Well, copper. It so your 18-degree angle per side. That's a pretty aggressive. That's a long edge, I would say. I mean, just for me, crew wear. What is it? The Larry Thomas says the most important thing in steel is not necessarily the steel; it's the geometry. And so it depends on what you're doing with that geometry, right? So if you're cutting copper wires, you guys can all speak in from your experience, but I would imagine cutting copper wire and doing heavy duty stuff like that. That seemed to me more like a 20-25 degree angle, kind of a blade angle that would be more conducive for that. I think an 18 degree is more of a slicer. You're trying to go through paper, cardboard stuff. I don't know. For that aggressive, that's a very long edge. I would imagine maybe a shorter angle edge. That's just my thoughts. I would probably go for a 25 degree if I'm going to be using an Adamas and crew wear cutting through wires and heavy duty stuff like that. I might consider a 25 degree angle. Just my thoughts. What's everybody else's? You had a broken speed safe in years, and it's a miracle it didn't deploy accidentally. Yeah, I hear you. That definitely sounds like something I can see somebody doing. Oh, I got something in my eye. What I got in my eye? Okay, there we go. Uh, it's funny, some of the knives we carry, you don't realize, oh, the pivot is really loose. It doesn't really lock up. My wife actually got this really nice knife from a friend of hers. It's really sweet. Still have the knife, keeping it because it's a sentimental thing, but I had to get her another knife. It had a liner lock, and when she opened it, it would not lock. It was a budget garage or gas station knife. It really was. The friend got it because it had matching sets, like a little toolkit and all this stuff, and a little pouch or whatever. And it's nice, and it was a really wonderful thought. It's just the knife became unsafe, and so I got her a little Spyderco Delica. She loves that knife now. So, but I still keep the knife because it was a nice sentimental gift. But it's a knife I don't think I can fix. It really, yeah, it's dangerous. So, just it is what it is, right? So, what is it? Oh wait, we got traditional pocket knives. Let's take a look. Wait a second. Is my holy cow? Wow. My my chat feed over here is way, way, way behind compared to everybody else. There it goes. Now an update. Man. So who's waiting on a strop? Somebody got a strop? Did you get one from El Cap Attic? Now, El Cap Attic, do you sell them? Do you have like a website or a place you sell them? I'm kind of curious. I like that walnut fish with Danish oil. Oh, man. You know, I'm Danish. El Cap Attic. I'm Danish. That just sounds like something I need to buy from you. How much are they? Where do you sell them? So let me know. All right, Paul. Hey, appreciate being on live stream. I know it is 9:20, so you've been here for a while. Get some good sleep. Appreciate being on live stream. Next week we will be doing a giveaway for sure. So check in then. But thanks for being here. Level 1 up. It's not level on up? I thought it's level on up. I said level 1 up in the beginning. I think that's how I used to say it all the time, didn't I? I said it wrong forever. And then I think level on up corrected me and said it's level on up. But is it really supposed to be level 1 up? And I was right the first time, or are you pulling my leg? You probably pulling my leg. You don't sell them. Okay, no worries. You should consider El Cap Attic. It's something you should maybe consider doing. They looked really nice. It had a nice aesthetic to it. When you said Danish oil, it's just because I'm Danish and I just felt like, that's calling out my people. Felt like Vikings, we're going to have Valhalla calling song going in my head or something, right? Or Valhalla Rising. What's that name of that song that's been real popular? Bees Blade always says it wrong. He says level 1 up. Is that what he says? It's level on up. Come on. Am I right? Is it level on up? Level on up. Correct me. Because I have tried to make sure I remembered it correctly, and I thought I was wrong at first, and I thought you corrected me and I was right. Now I'm totally questioning how I say it. Now I feel like you probably just kind of ignored it, kind of like being sympathetic or just kind of ignoring me like I don't know how to talk. Oh, so I was right. Okay, level on up. You guys were pulling my leg. All right. You had me for a second because I was falling for it. I was totally falling for it. Totally falling for it. So here's the thing, Vape and Grandpa. If you like the F5.5, get on the Urban EDC mailing list and get on the text feed. And the reason why I tell you that is because I got my F5.5. I had heard all the things about it. Everyone was telling me this is a great knife to get. And I was like, I don't know. And I was on Urban EDC. I got a text for it saying, hey, they're selling this. Now, it may be an orange one, maybe a different version, but they were selling it. And it happened to be jade, and I was cool with this color. I would have been cool with the orange, but I got 20% off. So it ended up being under $200 when I got it. It was 25% off, but it was a good deal. It definitely made it very, very feasible and very logical to get. So I did. And when I got it, I thought, it's worth trying. If worst case, I could resell it maybe and at least get the money back. Because at that discount, someone would at least buy it for what I paid for it, right? I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I would recommend that if you're willing to wait and you're willing to see if they pass any deals, because they do happen. So definitely worth getting. If you haven't done that already, or if you're already due, then just kind of hang out there, and a lot of times they'll get some extra discounts. T-Fetch, I'm dyslexic and I can read it. Oh man, you guys having fun. All right. But I like level 1 better. I got you. Mario trained us to see 1 up. Right. Well, it's like, what is it? Broke ass knives. For the longest time, I was trying to say broke Arizona knives or something like that. I literally thought that's what, and he finally said, no, this is how you say it. I'm like, okay, gotcha. That's funny. That's really funny. So the other thing we talked a little bit about the drift, right? Oh no, I didn't get to everybody tell me. Oh, did you all see the new tactile knife company knife that they finally let out on Instagram? Did you all see that one? I got to go find it. See if I can find Instagram. It was pretty cool, I thought. It's not the, man. I remember the knife and now I can't remember it for whatever. Let me see if I can find Tactile Knife Company. Tactile Knife Company. There we go. All right, there it is. So, did you guys see this? The new, what are they calling this one? This is the, now I'm on the web version. Where do I see the name? There we go. The Archer. The Archer, yeah. Here's the Archer. What I hear is, I mean, it's got a little bit of a Persian look to me. I kind of see a Persian look in it. I don't know about you guys. What do y'all think? It's this got the little sort of Persian, and then it almost looks Scandi in the grind. I don't think it's hollow. I think that's flat grind, but it does have an edge, so it's not truly a Scandi grind. And then you have this, so it's kind of a. Somebody else said it looked like another type of knife. But you're the Lou. Yeah, just like Mind of Milton, Mom. Every time somebody says Mom, the first time I heard that, I literally kept thinking, Cole saying Mom, Dad, Mom, Dad, right? And I thought that was the reference, and I didn't realize they were saying Mind of Milton, like, hello, Mom. Didn't get that one. So Tyler, it looks really good. I have no idea what the price point is going to be. I bet it's MagnaCut. This looks really exquisitely milled, right? Really, really nice. Nice flipper. It's got a fuller. Even look at the milling in the thumb hole there. So I suspect this knife's going to probably start $450, $500. What do you think? I'd be surprised if it was less than $450. I'd be surprised if it was less than $400. Let's put it that way. Yes, they're dropping it at the Blade Show. You probably can get one at the Blade Show. That'll be the first chance. And then they'll sell them as is. There's not going to be a waiting list for this one. So when they drop, you got to be one of the first people to get it. You think $350? Well, the Maverick Titanium was already $350, right? And this is a frame lock. So do you think the frame lock's going to be cheaper to make? With all that milling, I mean, it's similar to the Maverick. Yeah, I see that. But it's got a thumb hole, technically a fuller thumb hole, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a little bit more. Maybe $395, maybe $400. I don't know. Yeah, I heard that. He does partially the Koenig, and then he does the Overland. Yeah, that's really cool. Definitely has a really good, looks like a good ergonomic hand shape. I don't know what the size is. Does anybody know what the dimensions are? The length of the blade and the length of the handle? I really wish I knew that. Do they say it in any of the posts? I didn't think I saw it because it's not on their website, which was kind of a bummer. Let's see here. I like the clip. Kind of an interesting clip. A lot of hardware showing, though, a lot of screws, so that's good or bad. But a little milling, nice little touch there. I'd love to see a little bit more on it. Oh, got a video, sorry. $350 to $399. Yeah, I could see that. I'm hoping that's what it is. I really do. I hope that's what it is. But, I think, I don't know. I think there's a chance, there's a chance that it could be, I think there's a chance it'll be $425. Okay, so my gut feeling tells me it's going to be 425. I think that's going to be a reasonable price. I would love to see it 399, but I think 425. Now, I don't know what the variant's going to be. Maybe the anodization, their anodizations always adds 100 or two to it. But a plain titanium one, probably 400, 425. Yeah, that's my guess. Hey, Michael, thanks so much. Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Hopefully you'll come back next week for the giveaway or just a knife talk. If you missed the giveaway, just come back, chat some knives. Sure, we'll have more to talk about. All right. Somebody going to take care of that one? All right. Who took care of that one? I appreciate it. Tyler, appreciate it. Oh, look at that. We're getting more. We're making the big league. That's a 2-time in one night. How about that? Tricetis said it was sub 400. So he would know because he actually got a sample. I believe he got a prototype or a sample. I'm pretty sure he has one. He's got good relationships with them and EMP by EDC. So that's kind of cool. He's definitely a marketing kind of guy. You know that. He does some of their videos and stuff like that. So it helps to have that kind of perspective. That's cool. But if it's sub 400, that's cool. That would be really cool. That would make me happy because that would seem like a good buy then. It's got to be cage ceramic ball bearings, right? Can't do phosphor bronze. I know some of you guys want phosphor bronze, but for a flipper like that with a frame lock, just seems like that's kind of what people would expect. So that's cool. I thought it was kind of cool to see that. I definitely think it's neat. I think this is neat. I totally was not expecting this. It's not as exciting. I mean, you all saw the Drift L, right? We talked about that earlier. There's the Drift LC that we all know about. Here's the Drift LC, the one I've had that I got a chance to check out. I love this LC 200N. That's going to be in Vanek Super Clean. It is a much larger version, but it's pretty much the Drift in a larger version. And I suspect it's phosphor bronze washers. So those of you guys who love phosphor bronze washers, which makes sense for, phosphor bronze washers, which makes sense for the Vanek Super Clean. It's really meant to be a super salt water kind of knife. So I get it. But it is a bigger version. So a lot of people wanted a bigger version. So there you go. Well, I appreciate you guys taking care of that. Thank you, moderators. That's awesome. But hey, it's mildly football dependent for me. Cheers later, y'all. All right, Michael Sawyer, appreciate it, man. Thank you. He handled it. Oh, he handled it at Syndicate. Okay, I got you. All right. At Skiff bearings. Oh, I think I heard that. Yeah, I remember that now. That's cool, Vaping Grandpa. He's doing a Halloween themed knife. That's kind of cool. I wonder if it's got to be part of his skull thing, right? The whole look. I think I have one of his stickers that's like that. Yeah, the little skeleton or whatever. That's cool. That would totally work for Halloween, wouldn't it? He used to do that more for his customs, didn't he? Didn't he do a lot of that? So it's technically mid-tech. He's doing that on there. Did you see that Urban EDC is also dropping a bunch of Sagai pattern McNeese Mac 2 3.5s frame locks? Yeah, they're dropping the Sagai pattern. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the wild dancing noodle man. He is definitely, and from what I gather, everyone's talking about him, and he is what you see on the channel is what he is in real life. So he's. I have a buddy like that, my best friend from years ago, and he is like that nonstop all the time. And so when I watch Tri-State, it reminds me of him, and so I really enjoy that. It's got that personality. He and I fed each other quite a bit, so it was kind of interesting. I was the nerdy whatever, and he pushed the buttons kind of thing. So it was kind of funny. Hey Drizzy, hey, welcome. Appreciate you being here this evening. Just saw that. Welcome to the live feed. Thanks so much, man. Could watch one of those things for hours. Yeah. So, what have you guys been carrying this week? What we talked a little bit about earlier. I'm kind of curious because the thing that I mentioned was, yeah, it's overpriced, but I still bought it. I did that with a couple of things, right? But I still bought it. And now, granted, I could probably resell it pretty close to it. And that, are there any things that you guys have done like that? I kind of curious, what would make you do it? What kind of knife appeals to you enough that you would consider that? Is there something coming in that you've been looking at? Is there a particular aesthetic? Is there a grail knife? What, just kind of curious. Hey, Michael, see you later. Have a great evening. Oh, wait. Golly, you know what? My chat over here is, I don't know what's going on. It is so far behind. Yeah, this one is not working. Oh, what's going on over here? All right. I have to pay attention to this timestamp over here. Whatever's going on, my application here, the OBS Studio chat thing is not syncing up. It's really behind. Don't know why that is. T-Fetch, that would be crazy. I bet he would love that though, but it'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of like, okay, so I don't know if you remember this. I'm going to date myself. T-Fetch, do you remember the Saturday Night Live skits when, I think it was Dana Carvey did Julia Childs? It's like, oh, it's just a little cut of the finger. Or was that Dan Aykroyd? Maybe it was even further back where he was like, just a cut, just a little cut, and it was squirting blood out everywhere. Kind of reminds me of that, what you're saying. That would be hilarious, yeah. Right, T-Fetch. That would be cool. Somebody definitely have the skill sets to put that together. That would be really cool. But it reminds me of Merely a Flesh Wound. Yeah, so that would also be like Monty Python in Search of the Holy Grail. But Julia Childs, she had, it was like, it's just a little cut, and her finger would just keep bleeding, and then she would pass out or whatever. And it was really quite kind of gross. Yeah, it was Dan Aykroyd. That's who it was. Dan Aykroyd. Thank you. All right. Chopping broccoli. Yeah, I remember that. Drizzy, welcome. Appreciate you. Yeah. Finding me Mio. Finding me Mio. Is that the hashtag for the Julia Childs one, or is that for? So I did this thing right here. I don't know if you guys are into the banters. I put some of these little scales on here. I mean, these clips on here. I thought this was a nice touch. I think I talked about this earlier if you were here, but definitely recommend. You can get these off of Amazon for like 12 bucks. You can put these little clips on here. They're titanium. They go in and out of the pocket really nice. If you're not a fan of the steel clips, this really gives it a little kind of a nicer touch, especially if you upgrade the scales like that. And then I tried this one. I got this one from Etsy. It's a different type of scale. I wanted to try it, see what it looked like. It kind of, sort of like the Spyderco, but not quite. But definitely gives it a little nice look. So anyways, just thought I would share that. Oh, the Mimo is a knife community member that has been on YouTube for a bit. Okay, all right. Boomer Lamb, Boomer Start, and got the crew to say, I feel pretty so pretty. Oh wait, is that one on his on Cole's on Cole's on his like the chats, the super chats, he has that, and then people are doing the suck the XO. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, that is the tweezer. I did get the tweezer. Now I did do the tweezers because I wanted to do that one on that one, and it is pretty nice. Works really well. Stays in there well. You can do different colors. I could have done black so you couldn't see it, but I thought red would be kind of like stand out a little bit. But you can also do the toothpick. I just did the tweezers only. And this works really nice. And with this clip, it doesn't dig in. It's just kind of nice. It's a little thinner too. I don't know if you know that banter clip that loops up. I actually took this off just today. I didn't do a video or anything on it, but let's see, do I have it? No. Oh yeah, it's over here. This is the clip that I took off. Yeah, so here's the banter clip, and you just get these Civivi clips. And I took the steel one off, and they scratch up real easy, and they bend kind of easy. And it's not as comfortable as I feel that is. So I definitely recommend that. I mean, I don't know, for 12 bucks, I thought it was kind of cool. Kind of makes it a little classier if you wanted to class up a knife, especially since, I mean, I'm putting on lock composite scales on. Oh, by the way, I put Skiff washers in my baby banter with the S35 VN blade steel. And it actually is pretty nice. It has no grittiness to it. It's kind of cool. So that's maybe a little over the top, but I use that knife quite a bit and carry it quite a bit, so I enjoy that. You should put a firefly in it. What's a firefly? I don't know what that is. You have to explain that one to me. All right, Taylor, you heading out? All right. Taylor's great. Appreciate being here. Great to see you on live stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You all have a great evening. We will get back together next week for a giveaway. It is getting kind of late. My wife's not a little under the weather, so I think I'm going to probably sign off here in a few minutes myself. So I just want to let you all know that because I do want to go out there and get my son from work so she doesn't have to go. So I will do that here in a few minutes. So we may just kind of wrap it up here. This is probably a good time to say goodnight. I hate to cut it short, but you know, when the wife's not feeling well, I do need to stop a little sooner. So I hope you guys understand. Thank you everybody for the live stream. Appreciate you guys being here. It's always fun to talk. It's always fun to talk knives. To me, that is always kind of a highlight of a Monday. Great way to start the week for me, and appreciate you guys. So thank you to everyone, especially the channel members. Yes, I always say that because you allow this channel to continue, and next week we're going to do a giveaway thanks to you guys. So appreciate every one of you guys, and everyone who watches and subscribes. You guys are awesome. I can't believe the channel keeps growing, and it's because of awesome people like you. And so thank you. I stay humbled. I stay blown away, and I keep trying to put out some good content for you guys, and hopefully it helps. or entertains, makes you laugh, or at least, you know, maybe, you know, you can project your anger toward me or something. But man, I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. The Ferro Rod. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, Firefly. Okay. Do they sell that? Does Unlock Composite Scales sell that? Is that something new? Because I don't remember that option before. That would be interesting. Interesting. I will have to check that out. I know I've been waiting on his big banter scales to come out. They haven't come out yet, but I know he's been busy. But I would love to get those. So, but man, appreciate you guys. You guys have a great evening. And as always, it is awesome to be here. And we'll see you throughout the week. Check out got some cool videos coming up. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. And I will be posting a sale coming up. I will make it available to everybody first if you're interested. And then I'm going to move them over to NAF sale. So if you guys are interested, go look for that. It'll be one of my community posts. So I will get that together. And if there's anything you're interested, let me know. I can do more videos, close-ups, whatever. I'm just going to post them out there. I'm going to make it very ambiguous what is available. Just reach out to me if you're interested. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You make this a lot of fun. So good night. And bye.